And welcome to this OnShape tutorial for the Skeletrix for Schools 2024, where we're looking at the idea of best of British. So I've just been on OnShape. I've searched for the S for S body, I've opened it into my own area, and I've renamed it Jensen because that's the type of car I'm going to be basing my design on. So I'm just going to press Sketch to start off, and I'm going to click the front plane. Now I always like to see what I'm doing, so I'm just going to press front from the side here so it spins round. We're going to go to Insert Image, which is just at the top there. To add an image, just click on the Import button. And I've already loaded these in, but I can just take my image and I'm going to start drawing it roughly to the size I want. There's a reasonably good guess there by myself. I'm going to have to work out roughly where is best to place everything. You're not always going to get these spot on, but that will I'm just going to try and get it there, and then just shrink it a little bit smaller if it's a bit too big. Just position it where I want. So I'm just going to come, so I'm happy with that now, and I'm going to press OK. So there's my shape. Don't worry about the wheel arches being slightly out. Remember, it's meant to represent, it's meant to be based on, it doesn't have to be an exact replica. So I've colour coded my sketch here just to help me understand the different parts I'm going to be working on. So the first part I'm going to work on is the red part here. So we're going to do a new sketch, use front again, and I'm going to use the line tool. So I can zoom in with my scroll wheel, and I'm going to go and try and mimic what I've drawn there. So I notice it comes up to here, and then press the escape to stop drawing. I'm going to go to the front this time, and I'm just going to bring this in a bit shorter this time, just so I'm not exceeding where I want to be. So press escape. I'm then going to look for the arc tool, and I'm going to connect there to there. So I've got my basic outline there. All I need to do now is connect the bottom here onto there. Now if I'm happy with that, I'm then going to press the tick button, click on Sketch 2 and press Extrude, and my shape will come out. Now normally I do these to about 26, so that gives me a decent amount for the wheel arches. If you want 27, we'll take it right up. 27, we'll take it flush with your edge there. So it's entirely up to you. I'll go for the flush option now, just to show you. So that's the start of the car there. Just by coincidence, it's gone to the same colour. So we're now going to move on to the roof, and it's exactly the same way. So I'm going to make sure I'm viewing it from the front, sketch, click on front again, and I'm going to use the straight line to start with. So I'm going to go from that point to there. I could put in a little bit of a flat roof. I'm probably going to suggest it because you might just want that later on as an area to put logos and things on, so it might just help having a flat roof. And then I'm going to do my arc from here all the way to the back there, and once again connect them up. When you're happy with it, you can press the tick, spin it around, sketch 3, extrude, and this time I'm only going to go to about 22. I don't want it quite sticking out as much. You'll see why next. Okay, so we've got the roof and the car. Now we need to shell this, but before I do that, I think I'm just going to have to tidy up a few little bits to get this to work. So to do that, I'm going to add a little bit on here. So we're just going to press sketch, click there. We're going to use the project So 1, 2, 3. Press the tick. Sketch 4. Press extrude. And I'm just going to type in 5. Oh, it's not quite 5. Let's try 3. Just so it makes it flush with that area there. And I'm going to have to sort out the front edge here and remove this bit here because it's not going to shell around these edges. So we're going to click on sketch, do exactly the same as before, the use button. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to finish that off with a line myself. Should all be there. Press the tick. Sketch 5. Extrude. Opposite direction. Remove. So we're just tidying up here. Now the only other concern I've slightly got is just with the wheel arches here. But this little bit here, it might not round. So we'll try the round the shell first. And if not, oh, there we go, it's absolutely fine. So I'll take that down to 2 now. Press the tick. So I've now shelled it. So now I can work on adding new rounds and making this look more like the car I want it to be. So in OnShape, they're not called rounds, they're called fillets. So I'm just going to use the click on all my fillets at the front there. Press OK. I'm going to put a fillet running down the edge of the car, which I might be able to get up to 5. There we go. We're going to put 1. Okay, doesn't like that one, so I'll just delete that there. Press OK, and I'll come back in it and do it on a smaller amount. So we'll try 3. Now it might be the case that to get it to work, I've got to select a few bits there. Didn't like the last one, so we'll tick. I think we need to do something around this back end here to get a fillet in there. There. No. Well, this should actually be alright there. Maybe that one needs to be filleted. Even if it's just a 1 on there. You can see, no, didn't like that, so just delete that. It's not too big of an issue. So we've got the car there. We'll sort out a fillet on this front edge. Let's try 3. And I'm just going to try and make this a bit more sporty looking. Might have to be a 1 in there. So there's me front of the car. We'll then go and work on the roof line. So again, it's all fillets. So I can click on here. Let's try 5. Yep. Let's add a fillet on the roof line. 5 is too much. I'm going to take that down to 3. So, what I am going to struggle with on the Jensen Interceptor, and it's because of the design of that back window, is actually trying to mimic that. So we might just have to leave the back window slightly different. But we can certainly put on the side window, so we can do that by pressing sketch and click on this edge. And we'll press front so it spins around in front of me. And I'm going to use this line here as my reference, and I can actually use this line here. So if I take a line straight off the back there to about there and go up, press escape. I'll press the use button again, so use. See if I can get that one in there. I am going to have to use the trim tool now, which is just going to trim back the bits I don't want. I'm going to have to put some line in here. So escape. And I'm just going to trim back the parts I don't want of this, making sure I've trimmed everything down now. Hopefully when I press the tick now and go to extrude, it's extruding it out. I want to do opposite. We want to remove, but we only want to go 0.5. So just trying to make it look like it's got windows in. This is going to help it be more aerodynamic as well. And then it's the case to do the same on the front there. So I just press sketch, clicked on the front. Now I'm going to have to try and eyeball that as best I can. I'm going to use the corner rectangle. I'm not going to go right to the top this time. I'm not going to go right to the bottom. I'm just going to draw a rectangle on like that. You can see it there. Sketch 7, extrude, remove, 0.5, opposite direction. Oop. I think I already was. Let's just see. Yep. So there we've taken that out. So there's only a couple more things to do. I mean, you could sit there and add rounds on it. I could add a front grille onto this. I will just have a look at, I'm just going to fill it on there, maybe about 2, just to smooth that off there. So I've now got to cut out the other bits that I don't need of this car. So what I'm going to do first of all is take out the wheel arches, and then we will look at adding a few more bits of detail to it. So to remove the wheel arches, again it's sketch. I'm going to make sure I click to my front, click on the front, and I'm going to basically take that shape there. And this is one thing you can do on OnShape. You can basically just click a surface, it's going to remove the whole of it for me. Extrude, remove, and we just want to make sure we go all the way through. So I'm going to go to 30, so 35, and that's going to remove everything there. So we've got one part of our Jensen removed. I'm now going to go and do a sketch on the front here, so that's onto the right, and all I'm going to do is draw a line along the edge there, to the bottom there, and go straight round. Connect that up. You can see it's connected up there. Press the tick. Do the extrude again. Making sure I've selected. Let's sketch line. And you want to go remove, opposite direction, and I'll put in 150, which will then take out the other parts. So just to finish this off now I'm happy with what I've got. I'm going to put on some rounds for my wheel arches there to thicken them up, and I could put in the famous grille. I could put in the lights if I wanted to on there, but that's up to you. There's just one last thing to do, which is to go all the way to the top and press the mirror tool. So we're going to mirror the whole object. So add parts, so entities to mirror, so we want entities to mirror. There we go. Right. Try that again. We want to, I've lost it now. Mirror. The whole of the car body. The mirror plane is going to be the front. Press the tick. And there you get your Jensen inspired car. Well, you could go and add some more details to the front here. So I could put on a sketch here like I was saying. I'll just use the center rectangle, the corner one there. So let's put in a... I'll use my dimension tools, so I'm going to dimension that to 4.5 and we're going to go to 25. I'm going to make sure that and that are exactly 12.5. So press the tick on there. You can see it there. We're going to press sketch 10, extrude, remove 0.5. I can use the fillet tool, and it's a really small fillet, but there is one in there. So that's on 2. Let's take it down to 1. 1. Press the tick. So we've got angle that way. I'm going to then put another fillet just around the edge there. So it brings it up. And then the only other thing I'm going to put on here is them iconic headlights. So put 1. I'll sort out the dimensions now. So that one's going to go to 4. Make sure that one's at 3. That one's at 3. They're both there. I'm going to hit the mirror. So we put both of them in there. And I'm not sure if I actually want to stick these out a little bit. I think I'm going to stick them out 0.5. And then just put that fillet 0.5 on them like that. And I'm going to call that's my Jensen finished. Just as an example, I really wish I could have done more with the back window, but for somebody just starting out, it's probably better to keep it simplified like that. So once again, thank you for watching. I hope this has been